Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the start of the ScallywagAThon reading week. So it is currently Sunday, August 16th. It is the first day of the ScallywagAThon readathon hosted by hardback hoarder or Allie here on BookTube. And when I heard about this readathon, I was so excited because it's like pirate based. Now I'm not really reading that many pirate books, but I did want to pick out one because it fit a challenge. So I have the challenges that I decided. I did that off camera just because when I realized that I was supposed to have filmed my TBR yesterday and I didn't, I just wanted to do it really quickly. So I'll have the ScallywagAThon website linked down below. So if you guys want to start and take this journey with me as well, you'll be able to. Essentially, there is a map and you pick different paths based on the map to complete 4 challenges. You can complete all of them if you want, but it's only required to complete 4 of them. Well, required. So I picked, and I'll have a picture of the map up, but I started off with 2 because that is my favorite number. So I picked 2 and then I picked 7 and then I went to route B because I believe B is green and that's my favorite color. I then picked B because I believe it's green and green is my favorite color. And then I picked 9 because it was between 9 or 10. And the number 9 just seems more appealing to me than 10. And then we reached the treasure. So that was the route I went. So I've got 2, 7, B, and 9. And we're gonna go over those and the books that I picked accordingly for them and the books I'll be reading this week. I did want to mention I am also filming a Kingdom of Ash spoiler-filled reading vlog. So I will be finishing Kingdom of Ash this week too. It's part of my plan. So I'll probably be updating you guys just on my page count so that at the end of this week I can track how many pages I've read. But I'm starting this week's readathon on page 628. So 628 out of a 1,000-page book. We're over halfway finally, and hopefully I'll be finishing this soon. I am listening to it on audio and switching between the audiobook and the physical book. If you guys want to hear my whole reading experience with Kingdom of Ash, it's very choppy because a lot of the clips were just bad, but I will have that up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So the first choice I made was to go with path number 2, and that was Deep Sea Legend, read a book based off of a legend. And for this book, I had a little bit of trouble because I realized I don't really have any books based off of any type of mythology. Norse mythology, like Greek god mythology, any of that. I have fairy tale books, which I guess could be myths of some sort, but nothing like strictly mythology based. So we're kind of cheating maybe a little bit, but I picked All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, and I believe this book we are dealing with a girl, a pirate boy, and there are sirens in the book, which sirens are mythology, just not the mythology I was looking for. But I am really excited, and this is going to be my pirate themed book for the week because I do want to get into the piratey feel, and I really do like pirate books even though I don't really read many. I'm excited. The next number I chose was 7, and this was Precious Cargo, read a middle grade, and this was also difficult for me. So upon doing this, I realized that not only do I not have a lot of mythology based books, I don't have a lot of middle grade books either, which are definitely 2 things that I'm going to probably be buying in the near future, because whenever I find a gap in genre or like challenge like this, I'm always like, well, how come I don't have those? They sound interesting. So I picked a book that I would assume has middle graders in it, or kind of, I don't know. I picked Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire, and the reason I picked this was because 1, I've been wanting to read it for a while. 2, it's a pretty short book, so I feel like I could finish it. And 3, we're dealing with children after they come back from fairy tales. So it is like, I feel like kind of middle grade-y, but I've heard that it's a little bit darker. The only other middle grade series I have is like Harry Potter, and that's like children grade, so. And I've read it, so I don't really want to read it again. Yeah, I felt like this would be, I don't even want to say a fun read, but maybe interesting. And it's going to be my counting for a middle grade book. And Allie addressed in the beginning of her video that she understands that because of the quarantine still in effect, a lot of libraries are closed, a lot of bookstores are closed, and people are left with only online marketing, which even then that is taking so long to ship to people. So I'm not gonna hold myself, like, I'm not gonna hold it against myself for choosing any of these books if they don't like entirely fit the prompt, if that makes any sense. So the next was B, and that was Lost at Sea, read a book you forgot that you owned. And I completely forgot that I owned this book. It is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. I hauled this in a book haul earlier on this year. I feel like at the beginning of quarantine maybe. I don't really remember what it's about. I don't remember having it. It was tucked away like behind some books. And it says, love makes us such fools. Generations of the Rue family have learned this lesson the hard way. Foolish love appears to be the family birthright, in fact, which casts an ominous fate for its most recent prodigy, twins, Ava and Henry Lavender. Henry is mute for much of his young life, and Ava, in all other ways, a normal girl, is born with the wings of a bird. So if that is not enough to get you hooked, I don't know what is. I'm really, really excited to read this. And again, it seems like a pretty short book. So I've decided that after I finish Kingdom of Ash, or whilst reading Kingdom of Ash, I guess, I might do this one on audio and do what I'm doing with Kingdom of Ash and like switch between physically and audio reading it, because I really, really, really enjoy that way of reading. Getting through the slow parts, and then when things start picking up, physically reading it. So this is my Forgot I Own book. And the final challenge was the 9th quest, and it was Black Sails, read a book that has a black cover. And I chose New Moon. Earlier on in the year, I read Twilight, and since then, Midnight Sun has came out, and I saw it all over Book Talk and all over BookTube, and I've been wanting to read it. But I haven't finished the Twilight, like an original series. I've watched the movies a bajillion and one times. I can tell you what they're about, but I wanted to continue on. So I've got New Moon here, and I do not have the best feelings towards New Moon. Like, in a digital format, New Moon was my least favorite movie in the franchise. Twilight was my favorite, then Eclipse, then Breaking Dawn Part 1, then Breaking Dawn Part 2, then New Moon. I really, really disliked New Moon. I thought it could have been 15 minutes long. But that's just personal. I'm hoping we'll get into a little bit more of like the characters' mindsets in the physical book. I will say I like Bella's character more on paper than I do in person. I feel like she's just a very like one-dimensional person. I feel like in the books she was a little bit more understandable. I don't know. I will say that I heavily dislike Edward in these books. I like Edward in the movies much better. So I'm pulling from all sorts of things, but that is the last book and the 4 books I'm going to be reading this week. Of course, Throne of Glass is a main project too, but again, I won't be talking too much about my feelings in this book, or I won't be talking too much about my feelings about the book in this vlog, in these vlogs. But yeah, it is Sunday, the first day of the readathon. I'm really just hunkering down on finishing Kingdom of Ash so I could have the rest of the week to read these other books. I think I'm probably gonna start off with either New Moon or All the Stars and Teeth, and then, like I said, audio, listen to The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender on audio, and then I'll probably end the week with Every Heart a Doorway, because I've heard it puts some people into a reading slump. Like, it ruined them. Not too sure, but we'll see. So I think that is it for this video. I'm gonna try and edit it and get it up as soon as possible so that you guys can leave in the comments down below if you're gonna be participating in the Scallywagathon and what your TBR is looking like. I'd love to know. And I think that's about it for this video. So happy reading to you if you are participating in the readathon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. I am putting this in after I've already filmed the video, but I also just wanted to mention August would have been the month of the NEWT's readathon, which was the second part to the Owl's Magical Readathon hosted by G here on BookTube. I just wanted to say that I'm kind of participating but also not. I've been reading the books as they come up, like throughout the rest of the year is what I've kind of decided for myself, just because I was really excited about my curse breaking career. But there's definitely going to be a definite restriction in my talking of Harry Potter on this channel, even though it will always be something that holds a really special place in my heart. I'm definitely not going to be talking about it as much. So I think, you know, that's really it. If you guys are interested in to see the prompts or classes that I had to complete, it was just Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, and Charms, and I had to get to O in Ancient Runes and Arithmancy, and then Defense Against the Dark Arts I had to get an E in, and in Charms I had to get an A in. So that's 9 books I believe I would have had to read in the month of August, and I'm just going to try and read those books throughout the rest of the year just to kind of better along my TBR, and then also so I can say I got a curse breaker career. So yes, that is all for me talking about that. I will say though that I am very excited to see where G takes the magical readathon